Hi, Olfa.
Hey, Olfa.
Sup, Olfa? Douchebag.
Work faster.
First edit.
He ain't editing that shit.
Alright, so last time, what happened was you guys saved villagers from the Temple of Chantea that was being assaulted by a somewhat large pack of raiders. As you made your way back to the keep, you had but a few moments to rest before the raiders managed to breach the sally port next to the gate, opening a small man door and trying to pour into the keep. You managed to rebuff the attackers, push them back outside long enough for a caster from the keep to cast Mending to repair the door. With a small amount of blood, your barbarian friend going unconscious in combat but being brought back, you got back into the keep, back to relative safety, and I guess you also repelled a dragon that was assaulting the keep walls before it did too much damage to the garrison guard.
You're welcome.
Which the blue dragon that was harrying the keep has since flown off to the south rather rapidly, and for the last several hours has not returned. So it's pretty safe to assume that he's left the battlefield, and you're left with just the raiders in the town now. As you were all recovering from repairing the Sallyport door, you all stepped back into the keep. You heard a loud burr burr coming from the battlefield outside the walls, and that is where we will pick up.
Has what's his face left? The keep main guy.
Nighthill?
Yeah.
No, he stayed out in the keep while he sent some guards taking your prisoner into the keep, but Governor Nighthill's still here.
Well, I would like to tell him of Guard Jarrett.
Okay.
And his courageousness and unwillingness to die in the face of battle.
Guard Jarrett being the one who brazenly ran out the Sallyport door to waylay the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think he deserves a promotion. And he's a good man.
You regaled Governor Nighthill of Jarrett's tale at the Sallyport, and Governor Nighthill turns to Jarrett and says, "You've been a faithful guard for many years in this keep, but truly tonight you have shown true prowess amongst the guard. I name you Guard Captain of the Greenest City Guard. Your new station comes with a pay raise, of course, better quarters, and you now have control. You now have control over the guard, everyone under me, basically."
Alright, who just turned the music up?
Well, it could be getting louder, because that song kind of builds.
Okay.
I haven't touched it.
Alright. So the horn just sounded?
Yep.
Does anyone see anything? Are they attacking? Are they making movements towards a certain area?
You can see that the people on the walls are sort of approaching where the wall that the front gate is along, and the archers above are saying, "Governor Nighthill, prisoners!" Would you guys like to join them?
I'm already up there.
Join who? Oh,
The people on the wall.
On the wall? To do what?
See what's going on.
Oh, sure. Not me, but I'll let Elle do that.
Man, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, Guard Captain Jarrett's animations is cool when you pick them up.
Oh yeah, the swing. In fact, Guard Captain Jarrett is also going to join the wall. This battle's still going, and he's not done yet. He knows this.
I thought it was my guy for a second, and I was like, wait a minute, when did my guy start moving around?
And Gromek, ever looking for a challenge, will also join the guard on the wall.
And Wolf is drunk.
Wolf is drunk. Go home.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
Wolf falls face forward off the keep now. So as you all approach the top of the wall, it is still night. It's approaching 2 a.m. at this point. From the darkness, a creature strides into the dim light from dying fires around the keep. Although it is shaped roughly like a human, it's at least 7 feet tall. Its skin is covered in blue scales, its fingers bear wicked claws, and its face has the muzzle and reptilian eyes of a dragon. The creature
Gromek's brother.
The creature stops about 80 yards from the main gate of the keep and scans the walls. A line of kobolds fan out behind him. With their spears, they prod 4 human prisoners into the dim light. You can make out a woman, a teenage boy in a blood-soaked tunic, and 2 children. The half-dragon creature hails the keep. Defenders of Greenest! This has been a successful night, and I am feeling generous. Do you see these 4 pitiful, useless prisoners?
Wait, is that the ones we ran into at the very beginning, like 4
We
nights ago?
have no need for them, so I will trade them back to you. Send out your best warrior to fight me, and you can have these 4 in exchange.
Toss out Gromek.
Gromek's already frothing at the mouth. He's like, I am so for this.
Wolf is like
Why is
floating.
Wolf
I-
not?
Your base is probably locked. Hold on.
Base is not locked.
Nope. Okay, hold on.
It knows that I don't feel good. It's linked to me.
I don't know what's up with your character figure.
What the fuck?
Alright.
There you go.
Don't
Leave it.
move
Don't touch
the
it.
rest
Don't
of
touch
the
it.
night.
At this point, Governor Nighthill joins you on the
Why?
wall, having heard the half-dragon's challenge, and he comes to you and says, My friends, you've demonstrated your prowess all through this frightful night. I realize this is an awful burden to ask of you. And before he can even finish, Gromek says, No, allow me.
How many hit points does Gromek have?
Not a lot. I think he's got like 6.
Do I have my spells now, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna do Cure Wounds
Okay.
before he goes out there.
Alright.
Who only has 6?
Gromek.
Rip.
Wolf has 3. Gromek has 6, right?
I have 6 also.
Something like 6, yeah. I'm gonna retcon it and say it's 6.
I don't remember what I had, so I just took away my temporary ones because I can't imagine having lost more than that.
You never got hit.
Oh, well then I still have my temporary ones.
Yeah. So go ahead and do your
I
cure
gotta
wounds.
find Cure Wounds. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
1d8 plus Constitution modifier, or your spell modifier. So I think yours is Charisma.
Yeah, it's +2.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 2.
Come on, high D8.
We should have just taken every cultist we found into custody and just like, yeah, you got 4 prisoners, bitches.
You gonna roll, Keith?
Yeah, I was trying to grab it.
Wow.
4.
4 hit points.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna use one of mine and throw a heal for him also, because Keith sucks.
I got the good
3
roll.
plus 2, 5. There you go.
So a total of 9 from both of you.
Yes.
Okay. So that brings Gromek from 6 to 15. So it's alright.
What's his he has 23 total.
23 max.
He should also ask Governor Nighthill if he has a spirit healing potion.
As Gromek walks out toward the gate, Governor Hill says, Dragonborn, hold. Gromek stops for a second, says, he wants to fight. And Governor Nighthill says, or waves off back to someone at the keep who runs up, and one of the robed figures in the keep comes and casts Cure Wounds on Gromek as well.
Oh man, I would have gone out there if I would have known that was the case.
That's a 1 plus 2, so 3. 18. And then Gromek will, oh god, fall flat on his face. Damn it. Please don't move him. Okay. As Gromek approaches the gate, Governor Hill says, raise the gate! Clink, 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 clink. As the gate slowly lifts, Gromek, a singular figure in the night, passes through the gate, battle axe drawn, ready for combat. As Gromek leaves the gate, Cyanwrath, the half-dragon seems a bit taken aback. He did not expect to find a dragonborn within the keep's walls. But after his momentary setback, a large, dark grin crosses his mouth. This is the challenger he wanted. And with a challenger approaching, the half-dragon nods over to his kobold entourage, and they release 3 of the captives, who run straight past Gromek into the gate before it can be closed. Do you guys want to stay within the keep, or go outside?
I'm going outside.
Okay.
To fight everybody? No, just the one guy.
Grim, I don't think you're gonna be that far up there if there's a fight.
Grim, as you take a few more steps beyond Kevril, the kobolds begin to get very restless with the remaining prisoner. And as you hold and take a few steps back, they seem to relax their stance and leave her alone. It's the woman.
Wait, what do you mean?
Is this the people we saw, like, the first night we played this?
No.
The woman? Okay.
This is a different group.
Okay.
You don't recognize them, so.
Alright, I'll go out.
I will too, but I'm gonna stand next to the door because I'm low.
Why don't y'all stay up top? I mean, you got range tags.
You guys are ranged.
They're too far away.
Sure, I'll go on top. I don't think they're too far away from me.
No, I mean, you should
They're
have
100 feet
150.
away from the wall.
Yeah, you should be okay.
Jarrett follows suit and falls in line next to Kevril at the keep door. Dragonborn, I challenge you to single combat. You have my word. This prisoner comes to no harm, as long as it is you and me. It seems that the half-dragon is sort of saying this for all of your benefit, because Gromek came out here to challenge him. Clearly Gromek was on board, but with all of you stepping out of the gate, the half-dragon wants to make it clear that this is one-on-one. No assistance is to be given.
I only came out here to make sure that no harm came to, or to make sure that the woman was unharmed and you upheld your end of the deal. I will not interfere as long as it's just a duel between the two.
He turns to you and says, I will hold to my word, provided you hold to yours.
I will.
And he kind of snarls and turns back to Gromek. At this point, Gromek and the Half-Dragon are going to roll initiative. Does someone want to run Gromek for this fight? Besides me?
Sure. What does he have attack-wise?
I can tell you what he's got. Hold on.
It's like a 1d12, right? No, they don't have d12.
Yeah, what's, I mean...
Yeah, it is. It's a... make it to his character sheet. So, you have 18 hit points, as Gromek currently. His armor class is 14. An initiative modifier of +2. And a speed of 30. You have a Great Axe, which is an attack bonus of +5. And
Grunge Dog moved in from Barbarian's Cantina by the server.
+3 slashing damage. You have a Hand Axe.
Plus what? What's plus 3 slashing damage?
+3 slashing. Yep. You have a Hand Axe, which is an attack bonus of +5. 1d6 +3 slashing damage, which can be thrown. You also have javelins, which same stats as the hand axe, can also be thrown.
Grunge Dog moved to Battlefield 1.
3 slashing.
Okay.
And then javelin is piercing.
Okay.
And I believe Gromek used his breath weapon during the sally port, so you do not have access to that.
Okay. I went ahead and used the note thing.
I see that.
You see it on mine?
I see it on mine too.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do see it on there.
So you have resistance to fire. If that's helpful. And then you can rage, obviously.
What does rage do?
This will be a lot to type, but I can just remind you as you go.
Okay. Wait. He used rage already once, so his exhaustion level's 1. Correct?
Let's see. No, that's frenzied rage, I believe. That exhausts you. But you can only rage so many times, and you can only rage twice per rest cycle. So he's used it once, you have one more rage. And if I get that wrong, he'll tell me about it. But let's go with that for this. So, rage is a bonus action. You have an advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Melee weapon
I pulled
attack.
it up.
Okay. So, roll initiative. I'll roll for the half dragon. Ooh.
11 plus 2. 13. So everyone can see my note?
I can. It's off
Yes.
in the lower right corner.
Oh, so you all see the hunter's mark and all that stuff?
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was just
So-
for me.
Maybe I won't use that for DM stuff.
Yeah.
Save an
Did you put on the notebook or whatever?
No, he doesn't have an
Oh,
initiative modifier.
add a note. Okay.
I have int plus 2 is initiative.
Yep. No, I was looking at your opponent.
Okay.
So... You rolled a 13?
11 plus 2.
Yeah, okay. With 18 hit points. Alright. So, with a challenger stepping up, the terms stated, someone in the crowd behind the blue dragon, or blue half dragon, sounds a horn, boom, boom, and Langdorosa charges you. With his speed of something. Oh, yeah, okay. Right up into Gromek's face. And he is going to attack with his great sword with a multi-attack, so he's going to attack twice. That's a 22, which will hit, and an 8, which will not. So with the 22, gonna roll some damage. He'll do 11 damage. So
Okay.
he lunges forward. His massive but agile form just he draws his sword while running and just slashes across Gromek's torso, dealing a deep cut. Gromek steps back, leans down, and looks up. It's your move.
I'm gonna use the bonus action for rage.
All right. Gromek's eyes grow white like stars as he.
And I will attack with the great axe.
Okay.
Melee weapon attack using strength. You gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain. What's the increase?
That's the damage roll, and the increase is +2.
Okay.
Not on the attack roll.
Alright, so I'm going to attack with the great axe. 18 plus 5.
Hell yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oh man, actually it's a 1d12. I put that dice away because I didn't think I was going to use it.
So it's gonna be a 1d12 plus 5 slashing damage.
Okay, so 9 plus 5.
Wow. So 14 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you, Emma.
Thank you.
God bless you. We don't have the power to bless anyone.
So with Gromek's rage, his form seemingly grows larger as he just begins to dominate the battlefield. He brings his great axe and just whoosh, right across the splint mail that covers this half-blue dragon in front of him. And there's such an impact that the half-dragon has to take half a step back before he can rejoin the fray. Anything else?
Just smile at him.
Alright.
Like a smirk.
The half-blue dragon smiles back. This is what he wanted. So he's going to shift around to the side of Gromek on his turn. And he's going to hold his longsword in one hand and his spear in the other. And he's going to try and do 2 quick thrusts with the spear into Gromek's side. That's 12, which I believe misses.
Miss.
And a 17.
It's a hit.
Okay, so Langdorosa's thrusts with one, Gromek sort of shifts out of the way of it, but then the second thrust comes too quickly, and Gromek can't get out of the way. And damage. 9 piercing damage, which I believe is
So
halved,
halved.
because you're raging. So we're going to half it down to 4.
Okay. Okay.
Your turn.
I will do a 270 instead of just a 90-degree turn.
Pick up speed with the great axe.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And I will swing the great axe.
Alright.
Hopefully the spin didn't make me go too fast and just completely miss him.
Didn't make you dizzy.
15 plus 5.
20. Alright, that hits.
Okay. And another 9.
9 more damage. Oh, wait.
Plus 5.
9 plus 5, so 13 more.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, Gromek's actually fucking shit up right now.
So, Gromek, having taken a bit of a spear wound, but really not doing much to him, shakes the spear loose, spins around, holding the axe all the way out, gaining the maximum momentum it can, and just slams it into the side of the half-blue dragon. It cuts deep, and the dragon sort of goes with it as it impacts. He instinctually, kind of grabs toward his side where the axe buried itself, and... And with that, the half-blue dragon is going to open his mouth, and sparks begin to let fly out of it. And he's going to breathe lightning at Gromek. Just off into the battlefield, passing by Gromek's form. You gotta make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what is his dex?
His dex is
Saving throw.
a +2.
17.
I think you get something for.
Oh,
like,
actually,
stuff you
danger
can see at level
sense.
2. Yeah.
Advantage
So go ahead and roll again.
on. Well, I got 17 plus 2.
You can roll again, just see if you crit. Roll a natural 20.
1.
Okay, so 19. Alright, so Gromek manages to see this coming, dives out of the way, but as he does, lightning just begins to arc over his back, and you can see it kind of just enter his body, and he goes tense. And as he's diving out of the way, he just sort of hits the ground. And 4d10
Wait, what?
lightning damage.
4d10?
Yep. So that's going to do...
On a saving throw?
Yeah. So that's 22 lightning damage to Gromek, which knocks him unconscious, but does not kill him, because he has 23 maximum hit points. And this does 22. So Gromek falls unconscious on the battlefield. And as this happens, the half-blue dragon rears up and roars. Truly a worthy challenger. Release the prisoner! And the kobolds
Right.
murder him. Release the woman who kind of stumbles to her feet and runs past all of you, back behind you, Kevril, because the gate's still closed. Just kind of seeking a bit of protection. And with that, the half-blue dragon gives a stern kick in the stomach to Gromek. You lose a death save.
I don't have a thing to write that down.
That's okay. And after he kicks you and you've lost your death save, he turns and slowly saunters back into the darkness to join his kobold entourage. And with that, we're out of initiative.
I'm gonna run up to him and stabilize him and do my second cure wounds.
Okay.
Drag him back into the
Oops,
castle.
wrong one.
Leave him there.
Can we not? Well,
You can cure him. You can heal him.
yeah, I was gonna say if we wanted to see if there's anyone in the castle that wants to use it instead of us.
I got an 8.
So Grim, as you kneel down, and this holy energy begins to pulse through your gauntlets, and you touch Gromek, he heals 8 hit points.
Well, no, sorry, I rolled an 8, so it's 10 total.
Oh, heals 10 hit points. Oh, that's a nice roll. So, as you do this, you hear the clink, 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 and you turn around, and the gate is now opening, with the raiders beginning to retreat slightly from the walls. Four seemingly cleric types come out and begin to cast mending on Gromek to seal his wounds and help him up.
The way I looked at it is there wasn't enough time. How did you make a death saving throw?
Every 6 seconds.
We stabilized them.
So
You never made a medicine
Oh.
check. I just let Grim do the cure wounds instead to bring him back up.
Okay.
So,
just figured it was the safer route to go since Harry is down one death saving throw.
I have +4 to medicine.
I have +3.
Okay.
And we all know your medicine skills in the keep.
Well, I mean, earlier I rolled a high medicine for him.
so as the half dragon leaves with his kobolds into the large group of raiders, you see they all begin to sort of relax, turn, and begin to walk down the hill, all off into the southeast. In a group, you can see their torches lighting in the distance as they all march out of the town. And with that, the siege of Greenest seems to come to an end.
I also figured this was happening, so we're gonna get a long rest.
We might.
When you all, including Gromek, return into the keep, Governor Nighthill walks up to Gromek, puts a hand on his shoulder, and says, "Dragonborn, you are truly a great warrior. None of my men here, not even Jarrett, could have stood against such a beast and done what you did tonight. I don't have much to offer you, but..." And he reaches into his pocket and you hear kind of the clinking of glass. He pulls 2 healing potions out and hands them to Gromek. "Take this as a thank you for your heroism." What would you all like to do?
So you magically have potions now.
I mean, they were facing a siege. He was probably like, "I'd really like to hold on to this shit, so I won't tell you guys." You'll survive.
Sleep.
Long rest, long rest, long rest.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I would say long rest, because I have a feeling the people that were captured probably won't be much use anyway right now. They're probably all exhausted.
Governor Nighthill sees that you are all weary and says to you, Grim, "I would like to thank you all for your help, and what meager resources we have, I have had 5 cots prepared for you all, people to bandage you. You may all rest within the keep this night. We will discuss more in the morning." Anything you guys want to do before you fall asleep?
I just want to check the area, make sure they're all gone.
Well, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm just gonna meditate deeply for 4 hours.
Okay. So, Drusilla, you go to your cot, but you don't, get ready to go to bed or anything. You just sort of sit down in a
You don't put your
relaxed position.
PJs on.
Yeah. And just close your eyes and begin to sort of just hum to yourself, taking your meditative ritual. Kevril, as your party retires into the keep, you take one last walk along the wall just to make sure that the siege is truly over. And at this point, it's like 3 a.m. or something in the morning, and while there's still like smoking buildings, the occasional fire and a haystack here and there. The rain has quenched most of it. You don't see torches bobbing up in the air. You don't see people throwing torches at thatch roofs. You don't hear screams coming from the city from waylaid villagers. The night has gone largely quiet at this point.
Okay, then I go to sleep.
Okay.
Do we need to use our hit die to recover, or
You do not. In fact, you recover half of your used hit die. So I think you all used your one that you had, so you now have all of them.
Not me.
Well, I don't think I ever used mine.
Okay. Well, anyone that did use it, you now have access to both hit die that level 2 grants you. And you all return. As morning comes, you all wake up and take a moment to reflect, but you all feel rested. It's well past dawn at this point. But the people of Greenest, knowing what you did for them, let you sleep in and tried to remain quiet near the rooms that you were staying. You all return to maximum hit points. You have all your spell slots. Theoretically, any exhaustion or any points of exhaustion would be reduced by 1, but I don't think anyone really took one. So yeah, morning has come. The rain has stopped. The sun is shining. What would you all like to do?
Find the dragon eggs.
Oh, the dragon eggs that the prisoner mentioned last night?
Yes.
Yeah, don't.
I want to talk to the prisoners, see if they know anything or saw anything while in their.
Oh, while they were captive?
The rescue captives.
Okay. Grim, you and Kevril stroll around the keep and find Governor Nighthill kind of directing the recovery of the town at this point. And you walk up to him and you want to ask about the people you rescued in the battle last night. You should like ask him where they are.
Yeah, it's probably better to talk to them directly.
Okay. He says of course, I will come with me. And he brings you kind of into the large great hall of the keep, if you will. You know, there's long tables where large feasts are held in times of joy. Right now, it's sort of just like a recovery center. People are sitting at the tables, eating some stew, you know, just kind of huddling and recovering from the night. And he leads you to a table at the far end of the room, and there's a teenage boy, now freshly clothed, 2 children, and their mother, all sitting there, just being thankful.
I would like to ask them if they saw anything when they were held captive, and where they were being held captive as well, and if there's any other captives that they saw while they were there.
The teenage boy, young man, whatever, he pipes up and says, it's hard to know how many prisoners there were. It was all so chaotic. We saw a few being dragged around by the raiders, but we don't know where they were taken, or if they're even alive. We heard stories from the raiders who were, you know, frolicking in their their seeming victory about a treasure hoard and their bounty, and that their war camp, they couldn't wait to return as heroes, essentially. I don't know much else. And the mother follows him after he stops talking and says, I know a couple prisoners were dragged out of their homes, or villagers, but I don't know if they were taken, harmed. We were taken just the same, and hounded by those kobolds that you released us from. Yeah, that's about all we know. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
Thank you, and you're plenty helpful.
They thank you once again. Even the little kids are just like, thank you. Where's the lizard? I wanted to thank him. Gromax still sound asleep. Just on his cot. No one wants to disturb the hero of the night and the somewhat terrifying looking dragonborn. Who's at least a head taller than everyone else in this keep.
Sorry, my child. He is resting after the long battle.
Did you follow them there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, please give him our thanks. It was so brave what he did.
Will do.
This time, Governor Nighthill kind of steps back forward after seeing your kind of conversation come to a close. And he takes the three of you aside and says, now, I know we got information from the prisoner you brought me, but it was scant at best. We know they're in the southeast. We also know they have dragon eggs, which that's trouble all its own. And they also took what goods this city had, what little of it. I've spoken to some of the other leaders of the village, people who own shops, and we think that we could cobble together a bounty of 250 gold pieces for each of you if you would hunt the raiders down, find out information, bring back what you can, but really we just want to know what's going on and where they are.
250 gold for like each one of us, or 250 split amongst 5 people?
He says, for each one of you. That's about all we can give you. I know it's not much for hunting down an entire army, essentially, but that's what we have.
The notebook is not letting me save stuff.
I feel that's much too generous.
No.
Nothing
Money
is
good.
Nothing is too generous for the saviors of our town.
We'll do our best, sir.
I would, for me, I would say a discount to the shops here might be better. Oh, you guys heard that?
Yeah. Governor Nighthill says, if you wish, sir, I can speak to the shop owners and try and get you a discount with them. It will really be up to the owner, though. I can't mandate it. I know you have their gratitude, but they've also lost a lot, so...
Well, what I was saying...
Well, how about you take your money and you donate it to the town for the repairs, and we take our money
and keep it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we don't have that money yet, though, do we?
Nope.
Nope, we still got a long task ahead of us. I say either way, we accept the deed and try our best.
Yo ho.
All right.
Yo ho.
Governor Nighthill sort of...
YOLO?
Listening in on your conversation, you see his demeanor sort of warm a bit that you've accepted his plea. He tells you, now listen, I know it's dangerous. Don't try and kill an army by yourselves. We just want to know where they are, who their leaders are, and what their end goal is. It's all very cryptic from the prisoner. He won't say any more than he said last night.
We're not alone. We have 5 of us.
He chuckles a bit and says, after seeing what that Dragonborn did to that half-dragon last night, I half believe you could take on the army, but I really don't want to see you harmed.
We will take your caution.
He nods. Please, visit the shop owners. Again, much has been taken, but if they have anything, I'm sure they'd be happy to sell it or give it to you. They should all be around here in the keep. No one's really left. I think everyone's afraid to see what might have happened to their home or their store, farm, livestock. It's been a long night.
Wait, they're here or they're in the village?
They're in the keep.
With things.
What?
With
Yeah,
things?
I think everyone that
understood.
got out was either in the church or in the keep.
Well, the shop owners are in the keep. If you want to barter with them, you could go with them back to their shop.
Ah.
But again, they don't know what they have left. Like, the town got ransacked last night.
Well, I would like to see if anyone has healing potions.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going with them, maybe seeing if I can find some leather and some alcohol.
Okay.
No reason.
Alright, so go ahead and roll. Both of you roll an investigation check.
$17. Oh wait. 21.
4.
Your investigation is -1.
Yes. Because
Okay.
I -1 dexterity and intelligence.
Alright, Grim. You search for the better part of an hour and you don't find anyone like it that would be a potion vendor. You can't seem to locate him, so you go back to Governor Nighthill and ask if there is one. He says he never entered the keep last night. I can show you to his shop. In fact, we would like to know what befell our comrade, our friend. And so he kind of points down toward the western side of the city, and sort of points out at a crossroads that his shop is over there.
I'm gonna go with him.
And then Drusilla, you find a tanner who's kind of nursing, has his arm in a sling. He got hurt last night, but he's not like maimed or anything like that. He's just probably fell and tweaked his shoulder or something of the sort. And he says, what kind of leather are you looking for? Like armor or just general
Any scraps you may have, sir.
scraps? I believe I should have some scraps left. It's unlikely they took some. Come with me to my shop. And who else were you looking for?
Alcohol.
Yes, alcohol.
Okay.
A bar.
There's some casks of ale and wine in the cellar of the keep itself. Even some bottles of a couple bottles of grain alcohol, a couple bottles of red wine. Governor Nighthill brings like 4 bottles to you, 2 of grain alcohol, 2 of red wine, and says, "Please take these."
Okay, I take the grain alcohol and tell him this is not for taste, sir, and give them back the wine.
And and he just says that.
You should tell him to give it to Jarrett.
Do you tell him to give it to Jared?
Yeah.
Okay. Governor Hill says, absolutely, he deserves it. Governor Hill walks off with 2 bottles of wine, one in each hand, and goes and finds Jared. And Jared graciously accepts. He's had a rough time. And you can take 2, let's say 2, about the size of growler, or bomber, bottles of grain alcohol. And then the tanner will go with you, and Kevril and Grim, you guys are going to the potion shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys travel down the road off in the direction that Governor Idle pointed for you. He pointed as best he
western, right?
could, but yeah. So kind of
Well,
out the keep door. Well, here.
I should. Well, if it's on the western side, okay.
That's a
Oh,
button,
there.
apparently.
If it's western side, I should be able to find it.
Oh, you guys came in on the eastern side of the city.
We did?
So, yeah. You guys
How we
came in.
Oh, wow. I'm
over
upside
here.
down. I'm
Yeah.
upside down. Okay, there we go.
Governor Nighthill pointed out a building kind of at this crossroads here. Right, he said it was right on the corner. So.
Okay.
You guys take about 10 minutes to walk the streets. Buildings are wrecked. Fires have burned hay, scorched walls. There are only a few buildings that are like really kind of ruined. Everything else is just sort of damaged. Doors are broken, glass or windows are smashed out.
Did we pass like nature while we were coming up here?
Grass and a couple trees.
Not like a lot of trees.
No, this greenest is in a large greenfield area. There's just
Gotcha.
rolling hills of grass. And
Okay.
restrictions.
Cool.
I was gonna say while we're walking down, I want to call out and make sure that there's no one trapped in houses.
Okay. Go ahead and I guess we'll say this is a perception check. We'll say you're calling out and then trying to listen for any replies.
Yeah.
Kevril, you can make a perception check as well with him.
Sorry.
Woohoo! Not 20, I got 19, but
19.
hold on, I gotta do my plus on perception. It's like 20 total.
Nice. Okay. You don't
11 for me.
You don't hear any replies. The town is quiet. You can hear the crackle of like some smoldering wood. A gentle breeze brushing through the town. As you call, an older man comes out from his house and says, "Please be quiet. I'm trying to rest." It would seem that this old man has no idea what happened. He slept through the whole thing. You can see he's in kind of like just a little shanty shack, and it wasn't touched during the raid. Like, so small and innocent that they were like, nah, screw that house, let's go to the next one.
So my shouting woke him up, but the whole battle taking place the whole night didn't wake him up.
The potion.
He was.
Yeah, he slept through the whole thing.
Damn. You guys
I
better
must have a
spend all
booming
your
voice.
gold.
So, yeah, you guys calling out as you go, that's the only person you can find other than people like picking through scraps who are okay, they came out of the keep. And are returning back to their homes to see what's left. You get to the potion shop and it's in rough shape. It's not like collapsed, but the door is off its hinges. The porch, like one of the columns, has been knocked out. Both window panes up front are just smashed to ruin from the outside. And you cross the threshold of the door, and clunk, clunk, clunk. As you do, your feet begin to hit shards of glass. You see bookshelves and Shelves of vials are toppled over onto the floor. What would be a cash register, like a lockbox basically behind the counter, has been torn open and just dumped out on the ground. There's like 2 copper left. Go ahead and make investigation checks, both of you.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got 19 again, minus 1 though, so 18.
Okay. Each of you finds 1 common healing potion and 1 is it greater? Yeah. And 1 greater healing potion. So a common healing potion being 2d4 plus 2, and a greater healing potion being 4d4 plus 4. As you pick through the rubble what remains, most of the
What was
bottles
common again?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
And you're picking through this shop, and you kind of enter a back room, and lying face down in a puddle of what looks like blood and water from the rain pouring through the roof, a cold, lifeless body, still apron on, trying to reach out for just a pitchfork that he had at the back of the house, but seemingly the shopkeeper did not survive the night.
I want to cast Resurrection.
Are you sure you have that?
Yeah, I have it.
Alright, that's 1,000 gold pieces worth of materials. Let's begin a ritual.
I guess I'm gonna check the body.
You're gonna try and loot the body?
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna see if he has anything.
Okay, make an investigation check.
3
And
plus.
I'm gonna speak up and say,
0.
What are you doing?
I rolled a 3.
Okay, as you're doing this, what would you like to say to your brother, who's like, "What the fuck, man?"
I'm just trying to see if he has anything worthwhile. I'm not gonna take all his shit. Calm down.
As you're patting him down, clearly someone beat you to it. You're not the first person to loot this body. There's nothing left aside from a blood-soaked apron, his clothes, and some smashed glasses lying out on the floor in front of him.
Bet you feel like a dick.
Not really. Hey, if I can find something that's gonna help us win this, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find something.
Okay, Drusilla. While they were off to the west part of the town, the tanner led you east into the keep, kind of around the keep wall, back sort of towards the temple, but you took a left and, oh god, I'm flicking you, hold on. I don't know why it defaults to that. Kind of back up the street that you guys originally came down after you saved that family at the beginning of the town. And his building is more reasonably intact. The door is smashed in, but it's still a door. It's still swinging on its hinges. You can see that whatever leathers he had hanging drying have been kind of ripped down. There are a couple armor stands where he'd been crafting and storing his completed works. Those are stripped bare. But in seeing the sight of this, he's depressed, but he sort of expected it. And he says, please, come with me. And he leads you sort of out the back door into just kind of his tanning area. And he reaches into a large box, opens it up, and pulls out just a handful of leather scraps, probably about a pound's worth. And says, is there anything else I can get for you? Obviously, there's not much left, but do you need anything? I'll be happy to oblige.
I gotta get
No-
off, guys, but keep going.
No, sir, but would you like any payment for this? I can offer you some copper pieces.
No payment, dear.
Thank you. Your kindness is overwhelming.
So with that, you leave the tannery. Bye, Kay. And what time is it?
8:40.
Okay. And so, is there anything else you guys would like to, or Grim and Kevril? Anything else you guys would like to do?
What's the building north of where Grim was?
It's kind of a large estate. It's fenced in.
Are there trees by the river?
Yes.
Could I go to the river and search for a lightning struck tree?
Sure.
Do I have time to do this? I guess
Yeah.
so. Alright, I'll do that.
Wolf said she wants to donate all her money to the town.
You guys aren't getting any money yet.
No, what she has. She's donating what she has.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I don't believe you. Okay, Drusilla, go ahead and make a nature check.
$20. Not natural.
Taking better part of an hour and a half walking up and down the stream, you eventually stumble upon an old, dead husk of a tree, bifurcated straight down the middle, like a lightning-struck tree would be. You examine it, and indeed this tree was struck by lightning, not recently. A long time ago, all of its leaves are gone, its bark is rotting off. But there is a lightning-struck tree here by the river.
I'd like to cultivate some of the lightning struck twigs off of this tree.
Okay, so let's see. You managed to sort of take a stick from the surrounding area and just sort of whack at the branches that are above you, and you find of everything that comes down, most of it's rotted. You find probably 5 viable twigs.
And I guess while she's doing that, like searching for the wood, I was gonna just search the town, walk down the streets looking for survivors.
Okay.
Anyone that might not have made it out, like made it to the thing, but hid somewhere in a building or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to the estate.
Okay. Grim, you kind of walk the streets, surveying the damage, checking houses, especially ones that are particularly ruined. You find a small family, a man, a woman, and a child who are kind of huddled in the basement of their building, and you usher them out, say that it's all over. I'm sorry most of your possessions have been taken, but everyone is gathering at the keep if you'd like to have some shelter and comfort. They thank you and go on their way.
I want to give them 5 gold pieces.
Okay. You'll, as they come out of the basement, you pull the woman aside and just cup her hand and put 5 gold pieces in it and say, "I'm sorry, but I hope you can recover. So go ahead and mark 5 gold pieces off your inventory."
Okay.
And kind of searching the town, everyone else you see is someone who's come out of the keep to survey everything, much like you're doing. A couple guards, you pass by Jarrett, who's checking on the town. Everyone else seems to be fine, in general.
How's Gromac?
Still
You guys
snoozing?
You guys aren't at the keep, so you don't know.
Oh, I thought you said we were into the keep.
No, people who come from the keep.
Ah.
Kevril, as you approach the estate, it's a walled estate. There's like kind of a wooden palisade fence around it, clearly owned by someone of more importance in the city. But the gate to this palisade has been smashed in with a battering ram. The building is largely burned, and it's clearly been looted. You can make an investigation check to see if you find anything else.
19. 19.
You manage ruffling through the house and the debris on the floor. You find 22 copper pieces and 7 gold pieces scattered throughout the home. The rest has been picked clean. Did Kay want to do anything, Keith?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she needed anything.
Okay, we'll say that she's refurnished with arrows from the guard. A tailor repairs any damage in all of your armor, whatever might have been sustained. And she finds a smithy with a whetstone who sharpens her blades or something. Blade.
Alright.
And I'm gonna head back to the keep and try and restock my arrows. I'm sure there's some there. I just need 3.
Yeah, you find Jarrett, who's returned to the keep, and just ask him if they have any spare arrows, and he says, "Of course." Hands you over.
I turned into a vampire.
He hands 5 arrows over to you and just says, "Here, please."
I'm gonna ask if they have a spare javelin and replace the one that I lost.
Gromek offers you one of his. He's up and about the keep now, just kind of walking the walls, and as you all return, he comes down to meet you, and when you're asking Jared about a javelin, Gromek just shoves one in between you two and says, "Here."
Okay. I say we go check out some raiders.
Oh, the Lost Ark.
The Lost what?
Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Is it a Turian, Asari, or which arc is it?
I got both of those references, weirdly.
I haven't been playing Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so at this point we'll say it's around noon. You're all fully rested and everything. You've done all your business in town. You tried to ask for more, but these people are just in dire straits at this point. They've got nothing left to offer you.
Wait, could I spend 2 minutes? Do I have 2 minutes still?
Yeah, I'd say you probably 2 minutes.
I want to prepare a couple different spells.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead and prepare your spells. While you're doing that, your party gathers all your things, saddles up bags. You all say your goodbyes, and Governor Nighthill eagerly waits for your return and wishes you good fortunes on the road. And he says, "Remember, they traveled southeast. Follow their tracks. There were many. It shouldn't be hard to find. But be careful. Large groups rarely don't watch their backs."
Have you heard of a legendary warrior called Leroy Jenkins?
I can't say that I have, actually. Should I know this tale?
Actually, I just spent 1 minute. Thanks.
That was a joke. I was out of character.
I mean, it could
Leroy
be a joke,
Jenkins.
too, I don't know. Of course I knew who Leroy Jenkins is, but Governor Nighthall certainly would.
Yeah.
Just run right into
Don't
the
lie.
middle of the armor or army. Leroy Jenkins.
At least he's got chicken.
Okay. With your goodbyes said and your bags packed, you leave Greenest, seeing that the sanctuary you sought here, Grim, isn't to be had this day. And instead of fleeing from the cult of the dragon, you are seemingly running headlong at them. Such is fate. You all leave through the south of the town along the road, crossing the bridge that crosses the stream. And as you approach kind of the outskirts of town, you see in the grass that falls off the road just matted down like pummeled grass, hundreds of footsteps. You have certainly found the trail. But as you all take a minute to kind of survey the trail, a young man walks up. He's limping heavily on his bandaged left leg. I hear that you intend to follow the raiders and see where they've gone. I'd like nothing better than to come with you, but in this condition I'd slow you down. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Laeson Erlenthar. But it's important you know. He is a monk from Burdusk. He disappeared last night after we fought a particularly savage battle against raiders. A few others and I fought our way to the keep. Barely. Laeson didn't make it at all. We went back this morning to look for him, but all we found was his broken staff and this choker, and he kind of holds them out to you, which he always wore. What would you like to say to this young man?
Which way did they last see him?
We were all in the town square when we last saw him, but we checked all the places we passed, retraced our footsteps. We could not find any sign of him other than these two trinkets.
Have you checked the keep?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Nassim Waladra, by the way.
And that
What?
means...
That's his name. Nassim
Oh.
Waladra. I'll type it for you.
Oh no, I'm just wondering if that actually means anything for us.
No, he's just introducing himself.
Okay.
I thought you, when you said, I missed her. I thought you said you were the guy we were looking for. Like,
Oh,
like,
no.
what?
No,
Like,
that's Leosin Erlenthar,
okay.
who he's asking you to find. This man is named Nassim Waladra.
And he thinks that the raiders took the front.
Yeah,
Or he knows the raiders took the front.
we
Do you
can
know
keep-
which way the raiders went, sir?
He just sort of points in the obvious direction.
of the path.
Well, we do
I
know
put my
from
palm
some
in my
captures,
face.
from some of the people that were captured and released, that there are more prisoners held by the army or raiders. I guess it's an army with how large it was.
An army of raiders?
Yes.
There you go. We will look for him on our path to track down this army.
Thank you. Leosin has been investigating these raiders for months. I fear that he might have tried to infiltrate their group when they retreated, or worse, was captured and carried away. As you said, some prisoners have been taken, at least it seems so, but I think he might be more foolhardy than that and is trying to infiltrate their ranks. No one understands these bandits better than he does, and his knowledge will be invaluable against them. When you find their camp, please look for any sign that Leosin is there. One of my brothers has already departed from Burdusk to bring back help, but it will be many days before help arrives. Anything you can do then would be a godsend.
Okay.
Does the choker or staff mean anything to your master?
He always wore these. These were his, I use the term lightly, most cherished possessions. He never went anywhere without either of these things. So the fact that we find them separated from him is disturbing.
Do you
Just
know
throwing
if
this
they...
out there. Master usually doesn't use a choker. Usually he has the leash.
Well, I
He
was thinking it was
cocks his
more of a
head to you and
magical artifact.
sort of says, I'm sorry?
Wait, sorry to...
To Kevril, he doesn't understand.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll move on.
Well, I was asking because if it's magical artifacts, 'cause I don't know. I can't remember what monks wore. Because monks, I don't think wear armor, correct?
Not really. They tend to wear kind of robes.
It's just a
like
choker.
a combat monk. Yeah, no, they don't wear armor. They tend to go bare chested, honestly.
That's what I was wondering about the choker. If maybe if we do find them and he is captured, it might be good to give it back to him if it's... I don't know. Can I... what
You
is
want to
it?
look at the choker?
Yeah, and see if what would I use to...
I'm gonna take the choker after
Would it be
you're done.
Arcana?
Yeah, you could make an Arcana. Well, technically it'd be a detect magic spell if you're trying to find some magical effect on it. But
I don't know. I can use detect magic. I don't have it prepared, but I'm guessing right now I could prepare it. I don't know what it takes for preparing a spell.
it
But
takes
then
a
you
lot.
wanna
Do
use
you
a
have
spell
it in
slot.
your?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
have it in your spell book?
Yeah, it's one of my...
Just because it's one of your spells that you could know doesn't mean that you have it in your spell book. You would have had to have copied it down in your spell book.
Yeah, that would be preparing the spell for the day. So you wouldn't be able to prepare it until the next day.
Okay. I didn't select that one, so...
Mhm.
So
Um,
Emma says that while you have a certain amount of spells allotted to you, you were supposed to pick a subset of those spells that
Mhm.
you actually know. To
And then
find any outside that set, you would have to research them. And then the ones you can do on the day are the ones you prepare for said day, which is a subset of a subset.
yeah.
Right. So like I can know right now 6 spells or something, and then I can prepare 4 of them.
Where do you see the... how many you can know?
Look at the proficiency of the table. It says spell known.
Yeah, it'd be the leveling table with your proficiency and stuff like that under your character. But both of you, while Keith looks that up, you take the choker and the staff. The broken staff is nothing special. It's kind of a gnarled wooden staff.
Wait,
kind of-
proficiency bonus?
So you see the table of where it has level, proficiency bonus, features, spell known, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's the very first page of your like creating a paladin. Do you have your book open?
I'm looking for it. 1 second.
Like for me, I have like 10 spells I can learn, but I only know 2. So of the 10 spells, I picked 2 of those.
It just says proficiency bonus 2, and then I get spell slots.
Keep going all the way over.
Spell slots per level.
Those are spell slots. You have to read in the book. I'm looking in the book after that. Like it might be in like spell casting or something.
So for like a ranger table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your spells the first level and higher.
All right, I know I have 2 spell slots, but it doesn't tell me how many I
Okay.
can know.
You can only know 2. So of that list that you have, you pick 2.
Oh, does he not have like a spell book?
No.
He's a paladin. He's not a spellcaster.
Oh, okay, yeah. So mine's different because I have a spell book where I can keep extras that I could prepare, but I guess you can only know the ones that you've
Only know
prepared.
2. So you pick your 2 spells that you want. Those are the 2 that you know. You can't like pick and choose of the 10 spells that you have. You have to know you only know 2.
This explains it. Under spellcasting in the paladin section, it says you prepare the list of paladin spells that are available for you to cast, choosing from the paladin spell list. When you do so, choose a number of paladin spells equal to your charisma modifier plus half your paladin level rounded down, minimum of 1. The spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. For
So I
example,
got 3 spells.
you can know 3 spells, prepare 2. Yeah. It's all in the
What
fine
page
print.
is spellcasting?
It's chapter 10
Okay.
and chapter 11 for the spell list. I don't know what page that's on.
I found it, I think.
Page 84.
Where'd you see the fine print stuff, Storm? 'Cause I'm trying to see it for Hunter, see if it's the same for me.
It's in the spellcasting and the paladin. So look in spellcasting on the ranger.
It's in the block of text following the spellcasting title block.
They don't bold it or anything, which makes it kind of hard to stand out. You have to like read the whole thing.
Yeah, you have to kind of read through the paragraphs.
And the Weave of Magic.
Your hunter or ranger?
Ranger.
Spell slots. The ranger table shows how many spell slots you have.
Spells known of first level and higher. You know 2 first level spells from your choice from the ranger spell list. The spells known column of the ranger table shows when you learn more ranger spells of your choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, yours has spells known because you don't know any cantrips, I guess.
So you have the table that tells you how many spells you know.
Right, paladin does not.
So if I went like heavy charisma, if I had like 20 charisma, I can know
that plus
Well, not
right.
20, not the 20 number,
No,
like
the plus
plus.
5.
Well, plus 5, yeah.
Right.
Plus 5 is a huge number.
So I can know 6 spells right now if I had 20 charisma.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't. So I can know 3 spells right now.
Yes. And those are spells you know, and you can't really change those. You could learn new ones and unlearn old ones, but you can't just like change those on a whim, basically.
Okay.
So you have a third one, but you can only have 2 prepared.
Correct. So, but I don't know. I gotta figure out what 3 spells I wanna.
Well, I thought you already had 2.
Well, I know, but I don't know if I want to make Detect Magic the third one for a learn spell. But
So
I'm not gonna worry about the third one right now.
while you
You kind of need to know it because we're gonna go and fight at some point.
Nassim
Well, I'm not
hands
gonna
you
prepare it though.
the staff and the choker, and you take a good look, and the staff is just a gnarled piece of wood. It's broken in half. It's not terribly special. The choker is a braided leather neckband with a silver dragon design chased into the leather. The ends are ragged, as if it was roughly torn off. Like it's been broken off of something.
Can I take the choker to help with the tracking?
Sure, you can. You can ask. You kind of handed it over to Grim, but you can take the choker.
After Grim looks at it, can we keep it with us for whenever we look for him? Maybe someone will know something, or someone that might have took it from him or tore it off of him, or if we actually find him, he will know that we know y'all.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can mark.
I'll give you the choker. Well, we'll check with Nassim and make sure if it's okay if we hold on to it.
So yeah, he nods and saying, "Please return these to him if you find him." Just write a silver dragon choker in your inventory, Kevril.
I'm gonna put it under the treasures.
That's fine. Yeah, so just as a heads up, going forward, when you guys get treasure, I expect you to write it down, because A, there's no way I'm going to remember all the treasure you guys get. And B, if you don't write it down and it comes time to, deliver it, and you guys are like, oh, we had a thing, but I don't know what it is, I'll be like, yeah, you didn't have it, you lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So, just keep that in mind.
That's why I wrote it down. Alright, let's move on.
Okay. So he nods and walks back up the road toward the town.
What does he... Probably should act, but what does he look like? Would help us.
Oh, my master?
Yes. So that way we kind of have an idea of what we're looking for.
He's bald. Likes to keep a waxed head. Although, given the circumstances, it might not be as shiny as usual.
What color is eyebrows, since he might have some hair there?
They're silver. He's sort of... He's gone gray. He's a bit older, but not an old man by any sorts. He's got a sort of medium build, about the height of you, and he points over to you, Grim. And the way I know him is he tends to wear robes or loose cloth pants, but
like parachute pants?
Yes. But these descriptions might not matter by the time you find him. I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking more for physical.
Is there any attributes that stick out that will be easy for us to tell? Does he have a limp? Does he have a scar? Does he have any kind
silver eyebrows and a piercing green-eyed gaze?
Okay.
Are the best two I could give you.
Alright.
Okay. And he's bald.
So by the time we found him, depending on how long, he might have very short hair on top of his head.
It's a possibility. We got this. All right. So are we ready now?
Yes.
Because I'm about to start making my move before y'all, if need be.
Okay. So you all bid farewell to Nassim. He walks up the path back into town as you guys are leaving it. And you begin to take to the trail of the raiders. Off to the southeast out of the town.
Is this open fields, or does there happen to be forests following along the trails?
It's largely open fields. There's a tree here and there spotted about off in the distance, but this is the green fields. It's miles of expanse of just tall, lush grass. Although the path you're following has been beaten, battered, and trampled into the earth for a wide swath.
Okay.
So the five of you continue down, and several miles into the trail, it's not terribly hard to follow. In fact, go ahead and the three of you go ahead and make a perception check.
$17.
Natural 20.
I think mine's cocked.
Don't worry about it. Dude, Kevril and Drusilla.
I think it's an 18. Well,
That's actually a pretty solid 18, but
we'll
it is
call
cocked.
that. We'll call that 18.
so perception is so 19 for me.
Okay. You all rolled fine for this. So, you notice it's a very chaotic mess of footprints through the grass. Obviously, there's a direction. It's wide, and there's just a multitude of footprints. You can't gauge exact numbers other than many. But one thing you can make out is there was an approach and a return. Because on the approach, you can tell that the footprints don't trample as deep into the dirt and the mud from the rain. But on the return, the footprints are markedly deeper.
Which ones are fresher?
The ones on the return are the fresher footprints.
Returning from what direction?
As in leaving Greeneth are the deeper footprints. That's about all you can glean. And as you are all kind of nose down in the grass, inspecting footprints, Gromek walks a little ways ahead. And as you all look up, finishing your inspection of the grass, you see him talking to a dark figure. About 30 yards away. And you see Gromek nod, reach out into a small pouch that this man is holding, or figure. You can't even tell if it's a man. He's in a dark robe. Gromek grabs what looks like a card, looks at it, and the card bursts into flame, burns through, and as the conflagration on the card ends, a flame covers Gromek, and in a hail of smoke and fire, Gromek is just gone. And after you witness all of this, you look back, so is the dark-robed figure. Whoever was standing there disappeared in an instant, just as Gromek did. And you all kind of run up the short, shallow hill to the crest where Gromek was standing with this figure, and you look down, and the grass in this region is burned in a circle, and still smoldering is sort of almost a pentagram. Lines crossing each other in the circular zone smolder and flicker with a red sort of arcane energy.
Does that pentagram remind me of anything?
Make a history check. What languages do you speak, by the way?
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, and Goblin.
Okay, make a history check. You can all make history checks if you want.
I speak Elvish and Dwarvish.
Okay.
20.
I speak
Not
Common,
natural.
Elvish, and Celestial.
18.
Okay, so Drusilla and Kevril, you've kind of come across similar markings in your travels. Drusilla, you've read books on such symbols. This seems to be sort of a teleportation sigil, but one that originates from the fire plane. It's not of the the prime material plane that you're on right now. It's a different plane of existence. You don't know where it may lead, how it was cast. You just know that it resembles markings of the fire plane.
Okay. Did you say that, Tara?
Yeah.
Good.
Would you like to relay that to your fellow compatriots?
Yes, I tell you guys what I know.
So, Gromek is gone. His weapons, his items, all gone with him. He didn't just like apparate and then his bag fell to the ground. Like everything he had on his person,
Even his healing potions.
even his healing potions.
Did you write that down for him?
I should. Yeah.
Should have stolen them. He was asleep for so long.
Yep. But you guys left him.
Like good little sheeple.
It's okay. He might need them where he's going.
Seems like it.
So it is now just the four of you in the vast expanse of the green fields, following this trail left by the cult of the dragon. One of your comrades stolen away in an instant by someone you can no longer track.
All right.
Rip in pieces.
Exactly, a person that makes him work nights for the next 2 months.
Maybe longer, maybe shorter. You don't know this person. All right. So
I pour
guess
out just a tiny drop of alcohol over the symbol as a token for my gone comrade who loves to drink.
AKA homie.
Yeah, for my homie.
Alright. You pour out just a small, nothing more than a sip of your grain alcohol just right into the glyph. And do you want to say anything? Like, we'll see each other again, or...
Yeah.
fucking finally got rid of him.
What the fuck? Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. I think he's doing it on purpose.
I didn't realize that. I never clicked on this arrow tool thing. Sorry, I was having fun with it.
It's okay.
I
I was
guess
just
I
like,
clicked on it by accident.
I'm
like,
done
what is
with that
noise?
now. My token gesture.
Okay. You guys, your hearts are a bit heavy. If you're dragonborn barbarian gone, facing the odds that you do, one less warriors. It's tough to swallow, but you've come this far. You might as well continue, right? So you never really left a trail. It's such a wide swath, you can't really lose it. And you walk back in the southeast direction for about 6 or 7 miles. You travel, and then you come over a crest. And as you do, one second. What? Oh no, don't tell me that. Oh, seriously?
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Did
so
your board get corrupted?
the maps that I made last night on Emma's computer didn't carry over through Steam Cloud.
Stupid computer, burn it.
That's okay. The first one is fairly easy to reproduce. Just
Yeah,
give me
okay, a second.
couple seconds while I do this. That's annoying.
Everyone have a break.
Yeah, everyone can take a break while I set this up. Bathroom,
Okay.
whatever.
Keith, I got this app called the D&D 5 Spellbook, and it's good for keeping track of your spells and like searching through them.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Actually, AFK real quick. Again. I'm back again.
Welcome back again.
Bye, Felicia.
About that.
Oh, I meant hi.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright. So, as you guys come over a crest, you see a column of smoke rising in the valley beneath you. And following the column of smoke down, you see a large circle of boulders kind of strewn about the valley floor. They're not a perfect circle, loose, natural kind of circle. And in this collection of rocks, you see some figures moving about with a small campfire. They're quite a ways off, and they don't seem to be paying much attention.
Attack!
Just catch a fireball down there and be done with it.
What's the range on fireball? Because you guys are probably like 200 yards away.
I don't have that.
Oh.
Lame. What good are you?
None at all.
I'm gonna, I guess. Do I see any of them close?
You're all about 200 yards uphill from this gathering. You could approach quietly if you wanted.
Yeah, I think maybe we should approach.
That's what I'm gonna do. Behind the rock.
Sorry, I didn't mean to press my button.
Forever on YouTube.
What was that?
That was a bird. Sure, anyway.
Sorry.
So as you guys kind of approach, just go ahead and make a group stealth check for me. Keith, could you roll for K?
Yeah, roll 2d20s. Since it's a group, I don't think it matters, right?
Not a whole lot.
I'll just roll one so we can see who messes up if I
13.
have one horrible.
At 12.
Okay.
See, I roll.
Well.
17, I think, was my stealth.
Minus
Minus 1, so 16.
Yeah, okay. And don't worry about rolling for K. It's okay. You guys did fine. Unless you want to.
If you rolled a 1, keep it to yourself.
The one failure of the group, that's fine. You all managed. Wolf kind of stubs her toe on a small rock, but yeah, you guys could. Any of like the couple rocks here, you could put yourselves behind if you want. You managed to sneak up, not doing much more than. Oh, the wolf didn't fail. You're fine.
And she has +5 stealth.
I figured. Rustling some grass as you go, taking care not to make much sound. And at this distance, you can hear the conversation, and you can kind of stand on top of the rock. No, I'm kidding. You kind of get a better idea of what's going on here, and you recognize these to be cultists like you fought last night, and then a large group of 8 kobolds kind of off to one side. Every once in a while, a cultist kind of like throws a rock at one of them and laughs when it hits. And you hear them mutter something about, kobolds make terrible, slaves. And there's a bit of like human hierarchy going on here. These cultists aren't very friendly. And again, kobolds aren't either, so. You also look around, and you all see that the cultists, the 4 guys around the campfire, their weapons are all stacked against a rock. Stacked against this rock over here. Just sort of leaned up against it. They don't have their rocks on their belts right now.
So we overheard them say that kobolds make horrible slaves.
Yeah.
What language do kobolds speak?
That's a good question. Let me look.
I'm guessing Gnomish or Dwarven or something.
I think they
I don't
speak
know.
Common. Common and Draconic. That's what they speak.
Okay.
They can speak Common. The kobolds, some of them kind of come over to the campfire, and there's something cooking on a spit. And it doesn't look done, but the kobold takes it anyway and starts just tears at the meat. They're of draconic nature, so they're not human per se. They're more lizard. But you do notice that this group of kobolds all have their daggers strapped to their belts. They're not unarmed. The humans, however, have no weapons at their sides.
Spells or cantrips?
Both.
Do you want? Well, I have. Prepared. I have Witch Bolt, Magic Missile, Sleep, and Thunderwave.
Thunderwave is a spell or cantrip?
Spell. Cantrips. I have Blade Ward, Poison Spray, and Ray of Frost. Would you like me to cast a spell?
Trying to plan out what we should do.
So this is gonna probably be crazy, but so we overheard them talking about how the kobolds made poor slaves.
Yeah. There's clearly some animosity between the two groups of these here in this little rock garden.
Well, actually, hold on, because what I was thinking, which I'm not saying we're doing this yet, but I was thinking we try and persuade the kobolds to turn against the human masters and kind of offer them freedom and I don't know, just thinking. That's something I had thought of.
That's
'Cause
interesting,
down
but
the
it could go
road-
very poorly.
Yeah, it could. But
Drusilla,
down the road, it might be useful to have.
As
army of
Grim
kobolds.
says this, go ahead and make a history check. You've read about kobolds.
Cecilia did or
Yeah.
has.
You can make a history check too. You studied too, so
13.
$19.
So as you're thinking out loud about this, obviously in hushed tones. I'm going to assume you're all kind of whispering to each other.
Yeah.
You and Drusilla kind of both realize that might not work so well. Kobolds are naturally evil, in alignment, and it tends to be they will lie to better themselves, incessantly. So if you proposed a deal, they'd totally tell you yes, even if they either don't understand it or don't agree to it. They'll do whatever they can out of self-preservation.
So, not a good idea.
Now you can go try and set them free and see if they'll just run and go away. But my plan is they're bad. I want to kill them. It makes the world a better place.
Yeah, that would be what you do.
So that's why I'm trying to think of, we can try and sneak Drusilla around and hit the kobolds with a thunder wave. I mean, that'd be a good hit on them. But then it leaves her.
very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. But I want to get to the weapons to keep the humans from getting to the weapons. So almost like a pincer attack.
I could try to sneak by this rock over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I might be able to get quite a bit of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what all do you guys want to do? You haven't been noticed. You're still incognito here.
Yeah, I'd like to go to here.
Well, behind it, right?
Well,
right
it only does like 15 feet.
But if
Yeah.
you went here, sorry, it's gray.
Everyone's gonna see you.
know.
So you want to sneak to here and then go this way.
So like here, yeah.
So sneak to here and then you know go up and then right here you hit them. You see what I'm saying? Like so you'll sneak around the rock.
They'll also get pushed 10 feet closer to you, whoever I hit.
Mm-hmm. And I can go around.
But I mean, it
towards
just
the
takes
weapons.
It just takes seconds to like run up and cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that still dangerous? Would I be?
Well, we would have a bonus round if we are able to sneak up and catch them by surprise.
Yeah.
But the thing is getting over there to catch them by surprise. My thing, I want to get to the weapons. That's what I want to do. Prevent them from doing more harm.
Okay, well, let's see if we can do a bonus round and sneak up, because I would like to get closer before I use one of my spell slots.
I had 16 for my stealth check.
Stealth?
Mm-hmm. To go to there.
Yeah, you'll both need to make stealth checks to move around. So, yeah, Kevril, you can kind of use the tall grass to your advantage and sort of skirt from one rock to the next without being noticed.
18.
18? Yeah, you too, Drasilia. You can sort of duck into the cover of the grass.
Then can I get really close and cast a spell at them?
It's kind of one rock at a time, so you can get to these two rocks. Oh, the sound of Jesse eating a bone.
Oh, and then now I can make another stealth check to get even closer.
Right. But before any of that kicks off, Grim and Wolf, while Kevril and Drasilia are kind of conversing back and forth, trying to set up a plan, you hear the cultists kind of say, I wonder how the rear guard is doing, or if the group has even made it to them yet. And then Wolf kind of goes, rear guard, and you listen for another second. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to join back up with those guys. They're some real assholes. They always kind of hide up in some cliffs and stuff. Hell, they might even attack us. We don't have any loot. Okay, Drasilia and Kevril.
Why?
You two didn't hear it. Well, you two didn't hear that, so it's
Right.
just Grim and Roll.
Did they say anything to us about that, or?
You guys have split.
Okay.
We can't really yell it now.
Yeah, if you yelled it right now, plan might not work.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna see what happens with her, because I'm planning on taking a shot with my bow from here, and then I can move in if need be.
So before you guys do anything, I don't know. I'm gonna step out of the rocks and just get their attention, not attack. Well, no. I guess I want to initiate an attack round, but I don't want to attack. I don't know how to work.
You want to distract them?
Yes, distract them, I guess.
There you go.
To open up an attack opportunity for the other three. Does that make sense, Storm?
Yeah, so how do you want to... do that?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Because if you just walk out waving, that might not go so great for you.
Right. I'm trying to think. So I see that.
You could try and deceive them by acting like you're an old man or something, or
Or like throw some rubble
yeah.
to try to distract them.
So I'm gonna. Is there? Let's see. What do I have? Do I have anything I can make noise with?
There's rocks among this. Like, you could find, a fist-sized rock and, huck it. That's available.
So I'm gonna pick up a fist-sized rock and kind of just throw it. So I'm behind this one rock, throw it and kind of hit the other rock that's close to me.
This one here.
To kind of make them hear that noise and kind of look this way and maybe, hopefully, have them come and investigate.
Okay.
The noise they hear.
Well, you might have wolves in stealth or no?
You guys are both, kind of in the grass. They don't know you're here. Everyone's kind of hiding in the tall grass in this area, so.
So I want to do a distraction to kind of make it easier for everyone else to sneak up that extra distance.
Okay, so we'll say Grim finds a nice, kind of softball-sized rock and just crack, and it against the large stone outcrop next to him, and all the cultists go, "What was that?" They all kind of look, and some of the kobolds turn off in the direction, kind of looking curiously. And as it's happening, the cultists start kind of moving toward the rock that you hit. Now, you guys don't need to be moving the figures, you need to be moving yourselves.
Yeah, as this happens, I would like to run up and cast a spell.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to take a shot with my longbow.
Okay, so we're entering a surprise round here. I want you all to roll initiative for the sake of combat.
Man, I just need to be wolf rolls. Yeah, I got
Jesus Christ.
With
her. Keith, I'm gonna guess you're driving wolf for this.
Yeah, because I have a character sheet here, so I can see everything.
I figured. Okay, so this is a surprise round. So what happens is all of you player characters get to go first before your enemies get to enter combat. So
we get advantage on the rolls, right? Or no?
No, you don't get an advantage
necessarily. What about me being hidden behind the rocks? I mean, should I have done a stealth or?
I mean, you could theoretically have gotten sneak attack if you had the ability, but
I do not have sneak attack.
Yeah, the only person who has sneak attack would be Wolf.
Am I allowed to enter the melee during a surprise round?
Yeah, it's like a normal round of combat. It's just the enemy doesn't get to go.
Okay.
So we'll start with Wolf at the top of the initiative order.
So.
Okay, let's see here.
She can use a bonus to go into stealth, right?
You're all in stealth currently.
Yeah, I would say she'd be in stealth because.
Yeah, you're all currently stealthed. You don't need to worry about that. All they heard was a rock cracking against another rock, which makes them suspicious, but they don't know that you're here.
Sneak only finessed at as ranged. I'm trying to. Does sneak attack work on short bow attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
Theoretically would. I'll say for this, because it's a surprise round, I'll give you sneak attack. Technically, you need advantage on the roll or an ally next to your target, but I think narratively, sneak attack works
Would
for
be
this. So.
because if she's the first one attacking, they have no clue they're being attacked yet.
Right, and so by definition of a sneak attack, it sort of is that. So I'll give it to you.
It is a true sneak attack.
Right. Like, they're
That's
not
the
going to
first
know an
shot.
arrow is flying through the air at them. So.
Alright. Are they numbered?
No, I'll number them.
I got 1 and 2 done for you. I'll stop because you're already on these guys.
Alright, so what's the range on bow? She didn't write it down.
You're fine.
You're fine. It's like 60
150.
feet. Or
No, it's 100. Wait.
short bow's
For her.
60, long bow's 150, I think.
Yeah.
Still
Do
fine.
I have line of sight on? Well,
If you look through the
actually-
rocks, you probably have line of sight on 2 and 3.
yeah. So I'm
3
gonna
should
attack.
be partial cover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack 2.
Okay.
So sorry, I'm not as fast on this.
You're fine.
It's attacking short bow on number 2. Well, I'm attacking number 2 with my short bow.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, you're probably going to obliterate him, but go ahead and roll. So, okay. So the way this works is you have sneak attack, so you roll the bow damage, and then you roll that bow damage again. Then you roll the sneak attack damage. Then you roll the sneak attack damage again, and then you add the modifier.
So
Why?
can I just roll 4d6?
Just roll 46, yeah.
Broken. Dead.
Crits are dirty, especially with special abilities like sneak attack and brutal critical.
God dang, one got stuck.
One
on
got
top.
stuck. Yeah.
Is he dead?
Oh,
Is he dead?
no.
Okay, so 6, 1, and 3.
So
6,
10.
1, and 3, so
10.
10, and then just roll the 1. Oh,
Yeah, Nick,
No.
hold on. Don't count that one.
yeah, I won't.
Okay, 15.
15.
Holy
And then
shit.
modify is +3.
Is he dead?
He's doubly dead. So, Wolf
It
kind
didn't
of...
like shoot through him to the next guy.
Sadly, no, but he's just gone. So Wolf kind of like doesn't even have to get out of the grass. He just draws an arrow, and through the blades, she can see the blades of grass. That is, she can see the first cultist, and just and you see the kind of like quiver of the grass as the arrow passes through them unhindered, and just right through the neck, and the arrow gets lodged like embedded 2/3 of the way through this guy's neck, and he just like collapses by the
And
fire.
it explodes, is what you're saying? It's an exploding
It's not
wood
an
arrow.
exploding arrow.
There was so much force with this arrow, it exploded when it went into his throat, and his head just came right off.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm seeing
True,
with this
true sneak attack.
crit.
You think it's an explosion, but all it really is just a shitload of blood spewing out of the neck.
There you go.
Okay, so that cult is gone. Would you like to move with Wolf at all?
I'm trying to
Make
think.
sure you're in cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably see. I can. Yeah, hide is a bonus action. So now for cunning action. So I'm gonna move here. Not there, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. Into that square next to you. Yep. The rocks have a really big collider, so
So I guess.
Yeah.
Move there.
and then hide.
hide.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
27 or 19.
It's 24.
Dice
I guess I need
loaded.
to roll for Wolf.
You know what?
From
So-
now on.
So Wolf never existed? She's just gone.
All right, he has loaded dice because it was a 4 for me whenever I just rolled it randomly. Yeah, he has loaded dice. He changed it before I rolled with it.
So, yeah, Wolf is hidden again. All that the cultists know is a rock hit another rock, and then an arrow appeared out of the grass and murdered Bob. So, that brings us on to Cusco for the surprise round.
You mean
Sorry, I wrote
Kevril.
Cusco, but I should write Kevril.
okay? I am going to use my longbow on number 3.
Okay. Right back.
That is 16 plus 7.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, 1d8 plus 3. Oh, 8 plus 3.
Oh my god.
11.
Okay, so seeing this all kind of happens in a quick instant. So cultist, the first cultist that Wolf dropped, sort of splatters in a kind of a cloud of pink mist, and as it's happening, a longer longbow arrow just right through the back of the shoulder blades of the cultist right behind him, pokes out through his chest, and he just falls face first into the ground right next to 2.
And then I'm going to make a move up towards the weapons.
Okay. So it's just like
To distract them even more to see another guy come out.
all right. Grim, it's your turn.
Okay.
Don't
So
fuck
I'm
up.
going to step out of the rocks.
You are inside the rocks?
from behind, and
What
I'm
is
not
this
going to
sorcery?
attack because we haven't really been attacked yet. So
Yep. Mhm.
And I'm going to say, look, you've lost 2 comrades already. Do you guys want to surrender now and become our prisoners? Well, I don't know how to do
You're
this.
ruining the surprise.
It's all a surprise
Well.
round, don't worry.
So I think you still get to do your thunder.
Yeah.
Why
don't you tell them to surrender? You don't need to bargain with them.
Yeah, just
Yes,
like,
that's true.
you've lost 2,
I'm just
surrender.
You lost 2 already. Do you guys want to surrender?
Go ahead
I
and
think
make.
at the same time I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
So,
make an
persuasion
intimidation check. Now you're fully intimidating them now because 2 arrows just flew out, murdered 2 of their buddies. Like, shit's going down. This is intimidation. This is not
Yeah.
persuasion.
I mean, he's not technically intimidating, but
I'm trying to save them.
it's intimidating.
Oh my god, Keith.
It's intimidating. What do you roll?
He
I
rolls
told you
a
the
natural
dice
20.
are loaded. The dice are loaded.
So 22.
Okay.
20 is that you win.
If they had weapons, they would drop them. But they don't. So all they do, the 2 cultists remaining, not the kobolds, just the 2 cultists, put their hands up, heads down, and sort of just give you the holy shit look. And they just kind of freeze where they are.
Change the mode.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Is that all you want to do, Grim?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Y'all start
stop.
dancing for amazing rolls. Yeah, I think that's what you're gonna do next.
Okay, Drusilla?
Yeah, so ignoring that little outburst over there.
You're gonna move there, and that's your 15-foot. Okay.
I move here. Everybody inside this area
Oh God.
needs to make a constant or a
Have fun, Storm.
on a saving roll. Whatever DC. What's a DC saving roll?
So you have a spell DC.
Right. They need to roll a DC.
What is that? It's
12.
12 for what ability modifier?
What do you mean?
Constitution?
Oh. It just says the saving throw DC to resist a spell is 12. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so
Intelligence is my spellcasting ability?
so the number the kobolds have to beat is 12, but on what ability do they have to beat it? Strength, Dex, the spell will
Didn't you say Constitution?
Oh, Constitution saving throw.
at DC of 12. Okay. Oh boy. So there are 7 of the 8 kobolds in this zone.
So wait, if they save, they take half damage, right?
Right, and they're not pushed back, so I'm
So
hoping the
shouldn't
ones
you
right
roll
up close
damage
to me.
first? Because if you roll 10,
No.
then there's no point in Storm rolling saving throws.
He's actually
Because
right.
even if they
Yeah.
save, they're still dead. Because I think
Go ahead.
kobolds
We
have 5.
deal with that.
Go ahead and roll your damage. 8 damage.
Okay.
6 plus 8? 14 damage?
14. So if they save, it would only be.
It
So-
doesn't matter.
So Drusilla walks out from behind the rock and just, as she does, you hear this.
It's a thunderous boom that hits 300 feet. It's heard for 300 feet.
So you just hear this, and it kind of echoes in the valley that you're in. And as she does it, the grass that she's standing in just sort of pushes out from her.
And I
DBZ
can't
style.
move these rocks, but
The
they are
rocks
thrown.
shake.
But they are the rocks inside the square are thrown 10 feet out of the area each away from me.
So even the boulders that she's near just shift and slide like cutting grass as they go. And as the spell finishes, you just see kobolds flying through the air. Limp, and like one flies against a rock, one flies against that rock, just ragdolling through the air as just kobolds are just obliterated within
God.
this zone of effect. What did you do?
I was trying to just flick it a little bit, but it flicked a lot.
Number 3 is the only kobold living.
Yes.
Does he run?
So, oh my god. Carnage.
Do I need to keep track of my kills?
Yeah. Keith already knew, but kobolds only have 5 health.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mine knew from the last fight.
even
Okay.
if they saved, they still died by 2 extra hit points.
Yeah, I was thinking because I was like, I don't know what the damage modifier is, but like what the damage is on it. But I was like, I know they don't have much hit points, so it might be easier just to see what the damage is.
There's only one alive.
So yeah, there's only one kobold who managed to survive. He's now like gripping his ear because a crack of thunder just went off, and he turns, and all the other kobolds are just gone. And he's like, "What the actual fuck?" All he sees is this elf standing there. Yeah, you're half elf or elf? No, you're full elf.
I'm full elf.
Full
What
elf.
elf?
Yeah.
Tall.
So that's the end of the surprise round, and then we roll initiative for just 3 more figures. I didn't roll initiative until now because, well,
Well, you're lucky.
so
It's
Cultist
probably
1.
smart that you didn't roll initiative. Because that would have sucked. Roll initiative for everyone. They're like, all right.
Don't
Out
forget the
of
2
all
cultists
these-
have surrendered.
Yep,
So
I'm
you
still
really
gonna roll
don't-
initiative
so-
for them, but
Okay.
they're
You can do a group one for them.
probably. don't
I
need
didn't
to.
even have to use any of my supplies.
Yeah, you're welcome for that idea.
Holy shit. Okay.
I feel a little mean.
I think it's perfect. That's what I wanted. I wanted to sneak up and, keep them from their weapons and then take out the kobolds pretty easily. Well, I asked what kind of spells you had.
Okay, so in the initiative order, Wolf is still first, obviously. So what Wolf saw was her arrow land, she hid behind a rock, and then she heard a crack of thunder. Assuming the plan worked. Oh yeah, she heard you
me.
intimidate them, and then a crack of thunder, and that's all she knows. So.
But the cultists have their hands up, so if I look at them now, hands up on no. The only one I think, so I'm gonna go attack the kobold.
Okay.
Oh, see.
You should.
You wouldn't go talk to him. Should try and kill it.
I said I'm going to attack the kobold with Wolf.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find her move is 30.
Yeah, you could probably get to here-ish, this square.
You said 2 diagonals, right?
Yeah, it's every 15 feet you get a diagonal. So.
Mm-hmm.
So that's try to be
third one. So how far is that?
Like 40.
It's within range of a bow.
Okay.
I've shot a bow before. It's pretty easy to hit that distance.
So it's 55 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's counting like no diagonals. That's just going up, right, up, right, up, right.
Yeah. You're totally within range then.
Alright, so I'm going to do short bow. Oh, I need to roll stealth. Should I roll stealth before I do?
You would have to.
Wasn't detected.
Yeah, if you want to stay hidden while you do this.
Would it be with it? I don't know. Does the thunder wave deafen people in a radius, or
No.
Okay.
No. I mean,
A loud boom.
for narrative, the kobold is just like, ow. Like, oh my god, ow.
And if there's characters within 300 feet, they might have heard it and wondered.
Considering
I
it's
saw
the
it.
sky.
I saw it happen, so I'm not wondering about anything.
Alright, so if I'm stealth, I have an advantage on an attack, right?
Look. That sounds right, but let me check.
Doesn't matter. He's not stealth.
I lost my
Okay.
lucky rolls, apparently.
So as you walked out from behind the rock, the two cultists took notice, and all of a sudden understand where one of the arrows came from.
So I'm going to attack that kobold then with a short bow.
Yep. No sneak attack on this one.
Right.
Did he get it back?
So 18.
18. Yeah, that hits.
Plus 3, so 7 damage.
Okay.
Wolf steps out from behind the rock, forgoing the tall grass, just draws an arrow, and seeing only one kobold left, kind of pauses for a second, looks at Drusilla, looks back and just lets go of the arrow and just right to the chest. Kobold falls flat on the ground. Kobolds are just now not a problem. They're not on the battlefield anymore. Well, they are, but they're corpses.
So does that mean we leave initiative? Because those are
Cool. So it's technically your turn, Kevril, before any cultists go. Do you want to do anything specific?
Gain information.
I'm going to
I
come
mean,
up right
technically,
here.
you don't have to attack them, or you could attack them if you wanted, because you're neutral good.
I'm chaotic good.
Oh, so yeah, you could attack them if you wanted.
I'm going to attack but not kill. Number 4. I'm sorry. Oh, wow.
So you want to try and like knock him out?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack roll. You can use both
With
sword swords if you want.
Both swords, yep.
This will just be like you hit him, but more with like the hilt than the blade.
Mhm.
I can't remember if
Okay,
you do
so
the knockout.
10
Is
on the
it
first one.
disadvantage or?
No, it's just regular attack. You just have to say you want to knock them out instead of
Okay.
kill them.
10 on the first one.
10 as an attack roll?
Mhm.
I think
That's
that
with the
misses.
bonus.
Hold on.
And the second one's a 19.
10 misses, 19 hits.
Okay, so 1d6, no bonus. 5.
5. Okay.
Mhm.
So he was 5 hit points from the giant welt on his head. You were attacking 4?
4. Yep.
Okay. But he's not knocked unconscious. He just goes, ugh! Grabs at it and turns and looks at you. And he's pretty pissed off. Cultist 1 is gonna go, and he's still like kind of penitent. He's got his hands up, and he's kind of surveying the battlefield and just seeing everything that just happened. He's like, okay, okay, and that's his turn. Grim?
I'm going to move up. And I'm going to bind 1.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you have rope.
Yeah, that's rope.
Binding.
Would it be strength check? I mean, I know he's kind of submissive at this point.
Just do
But-
strength with advantage.
Okay.
The DC is not going to be very high because yeah, he's pretty submissive. He's not going to try and like resist you.
Double ones.
That'd be really funny.
13, 7 plus. Oh, that's the wrong one.
He's fine.
Yeah.
So
he's
16 is my high.
Okay, so you take his hands behind his back and you just sort of you bind his wrists into a tight coil behind his back so that he can't really do a whole lot. And he just sort of stands there and lets you do it. This guy really doesn't seem to have much interest in dying. Is that it for you?
Yeah, sorry, that's it.
Drusilla?
Wait, so are they both binded?
No,
well,
just the one next to Grim.
I figure since we're in initiative still, I didn't have time to bind both of them.
Yeah, it was an action to bind the first one, so.
I guess I'll go bind the other guy. Wait, if I can get
Did
there.
you make it?
5, 10, 15. Nope.
Okay. So you just kind of walk up.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
can't you attack? It does not kill.
But what? Oh, which one should I attack? The one that you attacked is already hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So why would
Well-
I attack him again?
To knock his ass out.
Okay, I'll try to knock him out with Ray of Frost. Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah.
Would I accidentally kill him?
Maybe if you rolled a 20.
Okay.
That's fair. Got a little too excited on that thunder.
12.
12? Oh crap, that's so close. I gotta check. Hold on.
Can't remember if it's 11 or 12 or 13.
12 just hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Knockout damage. I'm aware.
So she's aiming for the feet to freeze
She's
him
not
to the
trying
ground.
to knock him out. She's just trying to freeze him.
Yeah.
A little different.
Yeah, maybe like freeze his arms a little.
Yeah, it's like freeze him in place.
Sub-Zero him.
8.
Yeah, he's definitely unconscious. So he's not dead, he's just out like a light. You lower his core body temperature to the point where hypothermia begins to set in and he passes out.
Perfect.
He's still breathing, shallowly.
I fixed it. 2, not dead.
No, 2's dead. 4's not dead.
Oh crap, wrong one.
2 was the first one to die.
Yeah. His blood is a nice big pool at this point. Okay, so we are definitely now out of initiative. That went a lot faster than I expected, thanks to 7 kobolds dying in one go, and 2 cultists just getting knocked out like a light bulb. What would
I
you
think
guys
that
like
went
to
actually
do?
pretty well.
That did go very well for you guys.
Yep, that was my mastermind.
Should we question the guy?
Y'all can question. I'm gonna search for loot.
So, well, they already said they had no loot.
Well, you never know.
Maybe they lied.
I
I'll
rolled
go
an,
search a couple kobolds, see if they have some leather scraps on them. Isn't that what they're wearing? A little leather loincloth?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is this investigation?
So I'd like to steal some leather loincloths.
You will have to view kobold naughty bits doing this.
I'm a mature 128. I do not care.
Is this investigation or perception? What is it?
So I guess Wolf will look for loot as well. Grim will not.
Okay. Hold on, I'm just checking 1 sec.
Can't remember what it is to find stuff.
I think it's investigation.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
It's an 18. I'm also searching the weapons too.
Yeah.
If there's anything special.
Do I need to do a roll to grab loincloths from their naughty bits?
No, you can harvest. We'll say 6 loincloths.
Thanks. Leather
Um,
loincloths, right?
Yeah.
I guess it is lightning. It's not really fire. I was gonna say if it's fire, would have probably singed several of them, but it's only
Yeah,
lightning.
but there were 8
It's only
kobolds.
lightning.
Oh yeah, I figured thunder damage, like, they more got tossed and thrown into the grass more than anything.
Well, plus most of those spells, they don't affect like things that people are wearing. Like if it lights something on fire, it doesn't light their armor on fire.
It can if they start burning.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was like electricity, so technically it can catch something on fire, but
I
No.
feel like dragon breath would do that, but like a
mm-hmm.
lightning bolt really wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so searching the cultists, patting down the 2 that are alive and tossing the 2 that are dead. There's 28 silver pieces among the 4 of them. The weapons that they're carrying, 2 short swords, a short bow. The other one just kind of has like a crude mace. They're all pretty crude weapons. They're not like very pretty. Not very valuable looking. And then the kobolds, despite being told not to loot, they have amongst them a sack containing pewter candlesticks, silver serving dishes, and a few religious carvings of Enchantea taken from a home shrine. We'll put the value of all that, say 20 gold pieces.
I take it.
I will split up the 28 silver pieces to 7 silver pieces everyone. And you said 2 short swords they had? And they had some
Sorry.
short swords.
How much did you split up amongst us?
7 silver. It's 28, so 7 silver pieces to each person.
Okay, and I'll split up my loot money after I get money for it.
Hang on.
Don't worry.
So from the kobolds' loot, their sack got separated from them, and Wolf actually found it.
Oh, Wolf found it? Oh, I thought I was looking at the kobolds. I guess I just took the scraps. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, you were just looking for their loincloths. Weird. I get it, but it just sounds weird to say.
So, what are you into there, Drasilia?
You guys are learning a lot about your elf companion.
She
I
was
d-
doing
I
some
would-
research, right?
I wish it was the elf that got taken, not the dragonborn.
Later on, I just plan on saving all your asses, so calm down.
I don't know if I like you saying you're gonna save my ass after looking at some kobold naughty parts. Just throwing that out there.
So on Wolf's treasures, just
So,
write like kobold sack of things, 20 gold pieces.
well, did you need the what were you looking out of that, Emma? Because you said you wanted some of it.
No, that's
Were you
fine.
looking for the candles or?
No, that's fine. I don't need any of that.
Okay.
I was just gonna say I could hold on to it and sell it, but she can hold on to it. She
She's
usually
greedy.
likes to hide
She's
things
greedy.
from us.
Yep.
All right. So what weapons you said there were, Storm?
2 short swords, a short bow, and like a kind of a crude mace. They're all pretty crappy looking, really.
I'll take the 2 short swords.
Okay. Mark in your treasures 2 short swords.
And then, Chris, you said you split up 7 silver pieces to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want to become
Sorry.
over-encumbered with
I'm
all
trying
that
to-
crappy weapons.
Track Wolf and mine on here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. All right. I say we break out some of that alcohol you got there, Drasilia, and throw a party after raping this shit.
I'll keep it.
So, you've subdued 2 cultists. We'll say you kind of tie them both up and lean them against a rock, I'm guessing.
So I'm gonna put a note on here for the sack of cobalt things for Kay to decide on if she wants to share that with everyone.
Yeah, okay.
So she might decide next week if she wants to share some of it or not. But
That's what I feel about you and your stealing alcohol or keeping
that,
alcohol.
just to let you know. So if something comes up about that, that's why. Because I don't want to speak for her on that. Because I know she's been kind of hoarding stuff.
Yep.
So I'm gonna just make a note so she can decide next week.
That's fine.
If her back hasn't broken from how heavy her bag's getting.
You guys should probably find a bag of holding soon.
So anyways, are we gonna question the guys?
So I'm gonna ask him about, since Wolf and I overheard the rear guard
Yes.
was up in the cliffs, if they knew the location, like a better location than what we overheard.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Like-
make. Oh, yeah, how do you want to say it, I guess?
So before my friends laid carnage to your group, I overheard you mention the rear guard was up in the cliff somewhere, and I was just wondering if you happen to know the exact location, because we would like to try and avoid them, or very least make sure we have the advantage on them.
We ain't avoiding shit. We're going for him. We're killing him.
He looks up at
That's
you,
great to say.
sort of with kind of a quiver, and says, and to you, Grim, specifically. If I tell you, will you let me go?
Yes, I will. Well, hold on. Because we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere now, aren't we?
Yeah. In the middle of a vast, ocean of grass, basically.
So I'm going to ask a question I'm going to use insight to gauge the response. So just going to put that out before I ask the question, so you know what I'm.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to ask him, or I'm going to say, I'll be willing to let you go if you promise me that you will either promise me that you'll never commit these kind of crimes again, like the pillaging and just destruction of towns, or if you can't promise that, be willing to at least go and turn yourself in for the crimes you've committed in the past. And then I guess, yeah.
He looks up and I will not pillage, destroy, or steal again. I will just find a road, follow it, go my own way, and be done with all of this.
So I'm going to do an insight roll. 17 plus 3, so 20.
He seems pretty sincere. He didn't cop to turning himself in, but he's definitely looking like he's done with this whole cult thing. Like, seeing what just happened, he's like, I didn't realize this was going to happen to us. I don't want a part of this right here, what just happened, like all this blood. He's like, I'm ready to leave.
Alright, so then I will, if you give the answers we're looking for, then I promise you we will let you go free and not attack you.
Okay.
You have my word.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
God. Four
Sorry
and
for
a
how loud
one.
that is. You finally got it caught up with that.
Yep. So my best is 4 plus. Wait, yeah, 4 plus 4. So 8.
8. Okay, he looks at you and thinks for a second. And he says, our raiding party likes to leave a rear guard behind in case anyone gives chase. Like, I'm guessing you are. Gesturing to kind of all of you. And he says, I'm sure you'll find our camp. The rear guard is between us and that camp. And they like to set up an ambush. And then he kind of goes quiet.
And then I will untie his bonds, since I stuck
His
my
bonds
persuasion.
or his bound
Or his
Bonds.
bindings.
Yeah, bonds.
Whatever. Bonds, bindings, whatever. What I've tied his wrist with.
Mm-hmm.
And let him go.
Okay. He'll kind of run off, sort of in the direction that you guys came from.
Before he runs off, can I just make a little intimidation, like to make sure he follows what he said today and never returns?
Sure.
Or I will hunt him down myself.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an intimidation check as he steps past Grim. You say this, he sort of stops and listens.
11.
11. He stops and then keeps going. Kind of off the map. You still have a large
Wild
unconscious
blue
cultist.
So
Alright.
we can. So I'm gonna take the bindings that was on the other guy and bind up this unconscious cultist's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then shake him awake.
Sure.
I don't know how.
We'll say at this point he's kind of come into consciousness. So yeah, he's bound and conscious.
And then we're gonna ask him the same set of questions.
Okay.
And see if I do any better. Well, I think I'll do all the rolls again.
Okay, so do you want to insight check him? Just like the last one?
Yeah, I wanna.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask about the camp.
Yep. Well, go ahead and insight
Was that
check. we'll release you under these conditions.
Okay.
So go ahead and do your
With
insight
with
check.
advantage or this?
Not advantages on this one, just straight insight.
Yeah, because you don't really have an advantage into seeing what he's saying.
9 plus 3, so 12.
He seems to sincerely take the deal, just like the other guy. I'm in no position to argue, and given what you all did, I don't really want a part of this.
Right, that's right. I got the advantage on the persuasion to ask about where the camp was. That's right.
So persuasion again, to ask about rear guard, camp, all that.
God dang it. That one didn't roll through, it fell.
Yep. 11 fail.
So that 15?
Yeah, 15. No, 16.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this guy seems to take a little more seriously to your request. And he tells you that for their raiding party, it's standard practice to leave behind a rear guard in case of any pursuit. He doesn't know how strong or how many the rear guard will be, but he does know that they should be sighted about a mile ahead, where the path crosses between two rocky bluffs. The raiders' camp is just beyond those bluffs, about a couple miles. Is kind of sunken into a cliffed-off valley. Some prisoners were taken, but they are unsure how many with the raiding party. And like the prisoner you took at the keep, he says the raid wasn't for murder or war, it was for loot, because they're trying to create a treasure hoard to usher in the Queen of Dragons. And he can describe the camp to you. It's in a cliffed-off valley. There's kind of three areas. There's the upper area where the prisoners are tend to be held, and sort of just the grunt soldiers. There's the lower area, lower region where some of the officers' tents are, some of the stronger guard, and then there's a cave in this valley where dragon eggs tend to be kept. However, that is heavily guarded.
Alright.
That's kind of all
So
he says.
I'm going to untie him as well now and let him on his way.
Okay. He will, flicking him, he'll kind of take off in the same direction, kind of off toward Greenest, the way you guys came. Sort of head back to the road. You want to intimidate him, Gabriel, or are you gonna?
Heck yeah, I do.
Alright, go make an intimidation check.
And I intimidate the rock with a 3.
He doesn't even seem to stop when you call out to him, but given by
Yeah,
the
you take that
conversation
rock.
he had with Grim, he seemed pretty sincere.
Okay.
So
We shall.
before we do anything else and move on, since I forgot to do this earlier, I want to do my inspiring leader speech.
Okay. Do you guys just want to take a short rest at this campfire?
I was actually going to suggest a short rest while we take our plan to. Well, actually, can he do the speech first and then do the short rest, so it actually technically resets, right? It resets at a short rest?
Yeah, it resets at a short rest.
How long does the speech last?
10 minutes.
No, I mean, how long does the effect last?
It doesn't say. The description says spend 10 minutes
24 hours.
inspiring 6 friendly creatures, can include self within 30 feet who can see or hear you and who can understand you. Gain 10 hit points equal to level plus charisma modifier. Can't gain temporary hit points until from this feat again until I have finished a short or long rest.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that the temporary hit points will fade after a long rest, but they'll keep through a short rest, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do it now. Give everyone temporary hit points. Take a short rest. Regain the ability, and everyone keep the original temporary hit points.
During the short
Okay.
rest, I want to regain my spell slot.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do that.
So it's now 4 hit points for temporary.
Okay.
Because they gain the level. So now
everyone
level
just
2 plus 2.
write like 4 temp on your character sheet, because it's gonna be a while before we have another session, because Emma and I are gone next Thursday. So just so everyone remembers, they have temporary hit points. Best to write it down.
Yeah, I mean, luckily there's a little box underneath current hit points that's for temporary. Yeah, so we're good.
Oh man, I want to play next week.
I know, but we have wait, don't tell me, Lucy.
True, I spent $80 on that, so.
But which do you want to enjoy more? A game of Dungeons and Dragons or the tickets you bought for $80?
Kind of
We got 30 more minutes.
Decisions.
I don't know. I don't think we should get into the next portion.
I know which one you're talking about. Plus, you don't have the map either.
And I don't have the map that I made.
Well, before we can talk about what our plan is prior. That way, whenever we come back.
Yeah, you guys can do that, and I'll calculate experience.
Well, do we want to talk about the plan now? Because we'll probably forget it in 2 weeks.
Well, Storm usually writes the stuff down, and we'll go back over it. I mean, it's not going to be like a very big, drawn-out plan.
Go to the camp.
Well, no, I think we want to hunt out the rear guard first to make sure they don't ambush.
What I want to do is I want to take one of the cultists' garb, so I can.
One of the 2 we killed.
Mm-hmm. So I can wear it.
You might want to wash them though, because they might be a little covered in blood.
Because they exploded. That might be good. I think with my big ears, though, and my tall stature, I might not blend in well.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take one of them.
I could try if you want, but I don't know if I would blend in well enough.
I don't know.
Do you think I should?
Well, I think maybe we should just take it just as a backup, too.
Okay.
We'll take one, and once we get there, like if we start scouting the rear guard out.
Hey, anything to gain an advantage in a fight, I'm gonna do.
Or if something happens to one of them, we have a second as a backup as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll strip both cultists of their garb. I'm assuming the cultists have like a unique armor set. They're not just like
it's
cobbled together.
It's a uniform. It's not like a
uniform,
very flashy uniform or anything, but it's a loose uniform that kind of signifies they're part of this group.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to do that.
So do you want to hold on to one of them, Drasilia?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. And I think we should move to scout out this area that they talked about. Start from afar and try and see anything before we actually move in. Have Wolf sneaking, and then Drasilia coming up with magic from behind to give support if need be.
You mean to wreck them all?
I mean, support, damage, whichever you want to do.
Yeah, I was joking.
I mean, wrecking them all is good support.
Sometimes. In this case, it was.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder what AoE she has. Because if she can get close to those kobolds, they're pretty much fucked. Which they were.
Yeah, usually when we get a big group of kobolds, it's like 7 rounds of us each rolling 1 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was like, all right, we can get in there. I'm like, I hope she has something that can do. I'm like, maybe she like, because I wasn't sure if like we were gonna want to do a spell slot. Because I don't know if we were gonna have time between this fight and the next one. If there was.
Well, I have 3 spell slots now, so that's
Okay,
pretty
so
good.
you have technically you have 2 right now, but you're gonna have the 1 back.
Yeah, because we're resting.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of broken that you can regain your spell slots with a short rest. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, though, for wizards or for magic casters, they'd be useless a lot, though.
I know.
If they couldn't get them back
Well, you
that quickly.
I only have 12 hit points, so I need to
Yes,
have
I know.
something that's good.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it's awesome that you can do that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
broken, but it's a good broken. It's like, let me blow shit up real quick. Oh, short rest. Let's blow some more shit up. Just make sure they don't get close to me. And we're good. Yeah, no, that's awesome because you use that now. Short rest, boom. Guess what?
Does I guess if that thunder wave could actually be kind of useful.
I mean, kinda. It is useful.
Well, no, I'm saying
The pushback.
The pushback aspect. I know there's a radius, so you don't probably want your teammates in it. But if
I can protect 2 teammates.
Okay, because I was thinking attack of opportunities. If you had them around guys and they got pushed back out of that combat zone, you can get an extra attack in as well.
That's the problem with that skill is if it doesn't kill them or push them back, she is in a shit show.
Right. Like that could have been very bad with the kobolds if it did say like 4 damage or something. I guess I couldn't do that, but
I would have went for the kobolds on my next attack. I'm sure Wolf would have 2 because there shouldn't have been many left, if any life at all.
Yeah, and I mean, other times there might be an opportunity to get close to some of them without like
being
stepping right into them. But I knew they had low health. I didn't remember what it was, but I remembered it was low, so I was like, yeah, I could probably be safe enough to like stand close to them.
Yeah, I figured you would be able to kill a couple of them. 3, 4 maybe. I guess, yeah, with the DC rolls, but
because you said it's a D8 plus 6.
It's 2d8.
2d8, yeah.
2d8 plus 6.
No, just 2d8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so technically you could roll 2 damage, but
right.
That's pretty impressive if you do, to be honest.
So, as you guys are sitting around the campfire, discussing your plan of action going forward, taking a small rest, reveling in the glory that was this short but epic battle you just fought, Grim, you feel a slight tug at your mind, and you pull out the stone that Valandel gave you, and he asks, "Are you alive?" You hear it through your head. No one else can hear this.
Yes. We are alive, but one of our members has been
has vanished.
I can't say it. Magicked away.
He vanished.
The tall lizard telling that.
The tall lizard Gormak was magicked away.
Magicked away? In what manner?
All that was left was a pentagram on the ground.
Pentagram, you say? I've encountered magic like that before. I will meet up with you. Give me some days.
Alright. We're heading to... I'll give them our location.
Yeah, you'll say you're headed roughly 12 miles southeast of Greenest or whatever.
Would Grim actually know where we're at? Because he's not the best with directions.
I don't know. Well, do you want to listen? And when he's like talking to himself, going like, "We're 30 miles south of Greenest," you're like, "No, you idiot."
I mean, he would probably ask like what our location is.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Hey,
would.
that's
We're
one thing
near
I got.
Neverwinter.
That's one thing I got. I'm a wanderer. I have an excellent memory of maps and geography. So don't take that away from me.
Yeah, we'll say
So-
conferring with the group, especially your brother. You're able to give a decent description of the location you're headed towards. Given what you know, you can't describe it in detail, but
Right.
you relay this information, and Valendil, he just says, "I'll see you soon."
I
And
also want to
then
mention that there's a pile of dragon eggs too, just to kind of,
yeah,
because I feel like it's an important detail to have why we're kind of going here.
he'll you sense his acknowledgement. He doesn't say anything, but given the telepathic link, he heard what you said.
All right.
So, and you guys can keep planning after this, but each player takes 150 experience for tonight.
Damn.
Kevril and Grim, I think, should both get 10 bonus experience. Kevril's plan here at this rock outcropping, leading Drusilla to just decimate all the kobolds. Pretty mastermind. And Grim, you played your character particularly well. So, even with
Thank you.
not stepping into combat right away for the little combat that we had. So, yeah.
It would have sucked if I attacked first. Grim was first.
So I don't need the rest. So what I was gonna do, I'm going to so we don't have to waste food or rations. Does this area have either berries, small game, water, so forth?
I think you could pretty easily find small game and water.
Okay.
Probably not berries, just because it's grassland, not a lot of
Mhm.
shrubs. But I think like rabbits, foxes, prairie dogs, groundhogs, whatever.
Okay.
You could probably find stuff like that. So.
Then I will find food and water for the group, for us to eat prior to starting back our journey.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see you all have a good meal
Mhm.
for the
It's
for the day.
Yeah, for the Wanderer, it says, in addition, you
Yeah.
can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day.
Yeah. So I'd say you're totally capable of finding that here in this
Okay.
grassland.
Yeah, I figured, being that it's grassland, there's something around.
It's not a
There's-
barren wasteland of a desert.
Exactly.
Like, there's stuff
Exactly.
there. Just not a lot of trees and bushes. So, yeah. Yeah.
Y'all will eat grass.
So that went well. I'm sad Ulfa has to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like having just Ulfa around, even without his I can adjust the campaign for your 4 characters. In fact, that's what it's designed for. But I just like having Ulfa around because of his ridiculous shit he likes to do. So.
Yep, and the banter.
And the banter between you and him and stuff like that. So, but he's given me some very, very awesome ideas about what to do with his character for one-shots and stuff. So, we'll get to there.
So he helped make a story for us getting back to his character down the road.
He did, and you saw part 1 of it today. So, he gave me the roots of a story, and I think it'll be really fun. So,
Okay.
Are you going to bring your character into this while he's away, or you're just going to help with the one-shots?
It sounds like he might bring his character in from the stone.
It's sort of open, definitely, with the one-shots. I might bring him in, depending on what I read into in the book. I've only read ahead so far, so we'll see. Chapter 2 is not very long.
Yeah, I'm just throwing this out there. If it's like the thing
Grunge Dog
just
entered
happened
channel.
here,
You don't
I
need
mean,
him.
we don't need him.
No.
We fuck shit up.
No, you don't need
Am I-
Valendo for shit like this.
Hey,
What's up?
you guys still playing?
We're wrapping up. premium. I kind of want to buy it.
Right.
Do you know how many expansions they're releasing?
It looks like 4.